Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are doing a part 2 update video of Isaiah the Scammer from Love Island Games, winner of season 2, you guys, that had concluded less than a couple of months ago, and there is all of this chaos. So as some of y'all know, I did a video yesterday, and we talked about there was this lady who alleges that she was involved with Zay to some capacity before he left for Love Island Games Season 2. And she had sent him thousands of dollars. He said that he was broke and destitute. He needed help with his bills. He needed help with a wardrobe so that he could flex on him on the set in Fiji for Love Island Games, and so on and so forth. Was trying to survive off of ramen noodles and all of the things. And so this lady kept shelling out thousands and thousands of dollars because she thought that they were like a thing. No. Nonetheless, after the show, Zay does not have his money yet, and apparently couldn't make it out of the Fiji airport to pay for his luggage, to pay for his baggage at the airport. No. Like, what are we talking about here? So none of the less, he hit her up again for some additional ends, like, hey, can you help me out? I cannot afford to pay for the luggage. And she continued to shell him out money. As you know, Isaiah spent time with the cast. They were partying for like a week straight in Los Angeles, going out to eat, going out to the club, and all sorts of things, right? Going to different content creator related events for reality stars and all the things. And then after that, Zay did some additional travel and he went to New York. And that is allegedly this lady's connects, where her connects lie in the club space to get VIP, to get free bottle service, to get all this access, correct? And so nonetheless, he was still asking for money then. And then she paid for his hotel stay in New York. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever stayed in New York. I've been to New York plenty of times. It is not cheap. Hotels in New York are not cheap. I do not care if you are a Marriott or Hilton rewards member, or if you stay at the high end of the high end and you got super duper reward status. It is still not cheap. Unless you are getting a free room or somebody is sponsoring your trip, it is not free. If you are coming out of pocket, you better have the dinero. So she paid over $1,300 for a hotel. So nonetheless, she realized that she is out of at least $7,000 or around $7,000 and all of this and all of that, right? So she puts everything on the Tickety Talk because she decided that Zay is not going to pay her back. And he was never going to pay her back. But nonetheless, when she put her first video out, a lot of people reached out to her and told her, hey, I went through this too with Zay. He hit me up too with money. And there was various years, various timelines, and all of this and all of that. Now, it sounded like some of these people did not give in to Zay's demands. I am also hearing allegedly that there wasn't just alleged female victims, but allegedly male victims too. That Zay was allegedly hitting up for a haircut at the barbershop. No. What? So then you guys also the other Islanders got involved, right? The other Islanders got involved because somebody hit up Sydney, which is Zay's ex, and asked, like, what's the dealio? Would you ever, be in a situation where you were paying, if Zay had you paying the rent or anything else too? No. And so Sydney said, I would never pay a man's rent. And this is who y'all wanted to get back together. And this is why I told y'all need to quit shipping these people with anything on these shows. Y'all don't know these people. Y'all got to get out of the land of Delulu. So none of the less, you guys, Zay gets on the internet after this blows up and says there's 3 sides to every story. You guys will know the truth soon. All of my real fans, I love you and appreciate you. Stay tuned, right? And then KK enters the chat, and apparently somebody screen recorded what she said. However, it is music playing in the background, so copyright, but nonetheless, Kay went on the person's page on the Tickety Talk and was like, y'all said y'all weren't going to clip me. So apparently she wanted to be messy and spill tea, but she did not want y'all to clip her as she was going on her own live stream or doing her own live Twitch on what it was. Now, her opinion, she said that Zay is a cool dude or whatever else. However, she feels as though he needs to pay this girl the money that he owes her. And she also said that people assume with Love Island reality stars, because it's a hit show, because there's all these views, and I tell y'all this, that the money is not what y'all think it is. And KK has a real job. She's a registered nurse. She's been a travel nurse and all of the things. However, that is not the case for most of these Islanders. Most of these Islanders do not have regular 9-to-5 jobs. So they are counting on the success of this show to catapult them into success. But I need to keep it a buck with y'all. A lot of these people are not going to be PPG. They're not going to be PPG, and some of y'all need to get that out of your heads. Y'all need to stop doing comparisons. Y'all need to stop assuming that anything that you see that is posted is an automatic brand deal or that they're getting paid for it. Now, I want to say that for a reason, because there was another video that this lady did in which it was receipts basically saying, there was a receipt that somebody had. People were under the false assumption that all these photo shoots, any brand deals, all these things that Zay was doing, that they were getting paid for. And he had to explain that some of these photo shoots that y'all see is not them getting paid. It is them paying for the content to promote themselves in whatever field they want to get into, whether it is acting, whether it is modeling, whether it is singing, whatever else. See, y'all assume just because it's new content, just because it's new looks, that means it's a brand deal or that somebody's getting paid. That's not always the case. And even some of these brand deals, y'all gotta break it down. I wish Left Eye was here, man, from TLC, so she could break it down for y'all how these brand deals work and how everybody is getting a cut depending on what your situation is, right? But none of the less, in this text message, basically, somebody was like, you were modeling all over the world. They sent this to say you were modeling all over the world and doing everything. I literally watched every mode you made. I was so happy for you. And he said that he was not modeling the world. He had 6 or 7 shoots. Half of those modeling shoots were not paid for. He had to pay for his own flights. There was no money that had been coming in through Everybody Sees Nothing. And he said that he's doing some sales now, but he won't have money for about a month, and he's getting so effing behind. So, nonetheless, he was basically taking, some modeling gigs and some other opportunities and some other deals to where either he was not getting paid at all, or by the time he was getting paid, it wasn't enough to put a dent in the bills. But that's not all. So the climax of this is in the update video, as the lady has exposed that people have reached out and everything else that have also were either victims of Zay or potential victims of Zay. Apparently, Zay's friend had reached out about her signing a non-disclosure agreement, about her signing a contract that she's not going to discuss this anymore, and then allegedly they would pay her the $7,000. And The reason that Zay did not contact her directly is because he is quote unquote shy. No, he's not. He is not shy at all, because you were not shy if you were bold enough to ask strangers for money for thousands of dollars that you knew you had no intentions of paying back. What has happened now is this is blown up on the internet and you are embarrassed. So now you're trying to use third parties to hit up this girl to try to silence her. But she even put in, I think, an Apple Pay request for $7,000. You're not, child. The best thing for Zay to do at this point is to pay the girl back. Why do we need to have a non-disclosure agreement or any type of paperwork at this point signed? Like, what other tea is out there that you're afraid of getting out from her? But nonetheless, and then I asked to get on KAYKAY too, because she said that, that she was going to give this girl some grace because sometimes you do stuff, crazy for people you love. No. This is not a Keenan situation, KAYKAY. At some point, too, this girl had to realize that she was shelling out all this money and she was not getting one payment back. And then thought because he won the show that she was going to get this money back and continue to let him play her and, spend off even more thousands of dollars while he was in New York to fund a lifestyle he cannot afford. No. So, none of the less, not only did they hit her up, did Zay's friend hit her up for a non-disclosure agreement to have her sign a document so that she doesn't speak on it, right? Also, you guys, allegedly, a relative was contacted. Somehow they have her aunt's information or have her relative's information and was kind of like hitting her up like maybe we can all be friends one day. No. What are you talking about? We can all be friends one day. This has gone beyond anything that, this should have gone. But now we know that a lot of these Love Islanders, you guys, a lot of these reality stars, and I say it a million times over, they don't got it like that. They don't. And unless you see somebody consistently working and they have a long-term partnership with any of these brands, you got to be careful. Everybody, of course, is excited for the first few months out of these people out of the villa. They're an overnight success. They go from no followers to having hundreds and thousands of followers and everything else. In the old school days of Love Island USA, it used to be a big deal if you had 200,000 or 300,000 followers. Now it's a big deal if you can hit 1 million, if you can hit 2 million followers on the Instagrammies. And yes, some people are doing well. Some people are doing okay. But also, due to the success of the show, thanks to season 6, a lot of people are getting opportunities, but that's not the case for everybody. Y'all got to keep in mind, the season that Zay was on was not a popular season, right? Everything exploded season 6. KAYKAY season was not a popular season. Everything exploded the following season, right? And so none of the less, a lot of what y'all see, y'all got to take with a grain of salt. Right? And none of the less in the case of Zay, he put on this image on the show that he was doing really well, that he had a successful job and all this and all of that. But the reality of it was that was all a lie. It was all a lie, because how is it right before the villa you're hitting this girl up for all types of money and all the wardrobe you saw Zay wear on the show was courtesy of her? But I'm going to need some of y'all that are just willy-nilly giving men out this money in 2025 to wake up. To wake up. And y'all assume, because these men are reality stars and everything else, y'all assuming that they got all this money, that they got all this dough. And here's the thing. Even if Zay did have the money, which apparently I would think he has it now, that I would think he's gotten his check from Peacock by now, that doesn't mean, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Just because somebody loans you money, it doesn't mean they're going to pay you back. And especially in a case like this, where for all intents and purposes, y'all may have known each other, y'all may have been in entanglement or whatever else. But Zay doesn't look at you as somebody that he respects or takes seriously. He sees you as somebody, as an ATM machine that he can take advantage of and take money out. So it's like, where are the priorities, you guys? But this is why I don't understand, y'all, on social media, how y'all hype up these islanders, specifically these male islanders, and you don't know them. You don't know them at all. But y'all hype them up, y'all ignore their problematic followings, y'all ignore their problematic posts, especially if they're cool with an islander you like, or if they're in a quote-unquote relationship with an islander you like, you ignore the red flags. Meanwhile, this is a full-on alleged scam taking place involving multiple women and potentially men too. To where Zay don't got it like that. And I'm not even going to assume just because he won the show that he's not about to be in a similar financial situation when it's all said and done, because ultimately he decided to split the $250,000. Wow. So that takes you down to $125K, right? But then we don't know whether or not taxes got taken out. And, you know, if it got taken out, then he's going to have to owe a percentage of that next year for this year's taxes. And like I said, I saw the one video where he was on Snapchat just blowing money, just putting hundreds of dollars in a slot machine. I think it went up to like $600 or $700, and he was trying to flex on him. And then I think he had his friend sit there and play the slots, and they weren't winning anything. Like, it was embarrassing to see how much, you know, people, you know, do not value money. And then especially if they've never had money, how their first instinct is to go out there and try to flex on the people. Is try to flex on the people and act like new money. No. So, nonetheless, there's that. That is it. That is all. Es todos, es final, es finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.